You might be wondering why I'm saying this, or I'm exercising. Well, put it simply, we're screwed. The i7 person sold us computers, we can't find out much good bang for your buck value anymore. Luckily I foreshadowed this. I knew he will sell it, so I bought 5 SSDs. I'll be losing a lot of money this season. This is gonna be terrible. $850 for 4 PCs. i5, 4590, 16GB RAM, 1TB hard drive, for $200.
So right now I'm gonna pick up a broken computer. I didn't really check the specs because it looks like a good deal, but I'll talk more about it when we get home. So we are back home, and here, bought this computer. This is i5 3570K apparently, 16GB RAM and a GTX 780, and I'm paying $380. And I'd like to thank Brian Huang for making this possible, as I don't know, he might have told me that this exists and he was going to win the PC flipping challenge between me. But I'm a firm believer of corruption, so I bought it myself. So apparently this computer has a faulty power supply. Yep, I'm going to definitely test the power supply, I'm going to test the other power supplies, and hopefully I don't kill anything. Let's take it apart, let's give it a clean, and let's test it. Power on. Okay, so the computer just turns off by itself. Beeping. I believe he sent me a video of this, and I think that this is definitely a power supply issue. You got 9 beeps. Okay, so just wired everything in. Wired CPU, wired everything in. Boots up fine, no beeping, and now it just says improper boot device. If you see there. Oh, yep, right there. There you go. That is the i5 3570K. It performs actually on par or better to an i7 3770. Just want to say that 16GB installed. And this is actually 1880 something, 1800 megahertz. So this is some good RAM too. So for $380, this is a steal. Also, one thing I'm gonna test out is the graphics card now, because now we know this is just a power supply issue. So this power supply, although it's modular, it's semi-modular, it has to go in the bin. Womp womp. Okay, now let's try to test out the graphics card. Yes, boots. There you go. That's it. That's what we try to look for. We're always trying to look for boot device not selected or anything that, because now we know the graphics card works. So show the image. Let's just Control Alt Delete. So let's get into the BIOS again. So pretty much what we're gonna do is we're gonna BIOS update this, clean the computer up, install the SSD, test the computer out, stress test it. That's about it. Cut to a montage. It's a great motherboard. Got a bunch of USB 3s, only 2 USB 2.0s, and it's got the full Dolby Atmos 5.1 surround sound. Next thing we're gonna do is definitely gonna take this really good Hyper 212 Cooler Master cooler off, repaste the CPU, and we're gonna start cleaning the GPU. So then we can put this all together, and hopefully by the end of today we have pretty much one fully built computer. Update on the i5 4590 PCs I bought yesterday. The tracking has come. They're most likely going to come around maybe Monday or Tuesday. So pretty much I'm set for this whole holiday. From feeling like a failure to hopefully a great success this holiday. I feel pretty excited for this PC flipping this time of year. Anyways, we'll just roll a montage. So the computer's now pretty much built. I still need to do some cable management and some testing. But let's turn on. There you go. Computer turns on first time. Improper boot device. Yay. That's actually a good sign. Ooh, so since I know all of this works, I'm just gonna pack all of this up, cable manage it, and then we'll start doing the testing with Unity in Heaven and hopefully get some games installed. Ooh, whoa, damn. Forgot to press record. Well, anyways, just to give a quick update on this computer right here. The issue is that it has some issue where it thinks that the power supply is faulty. So there's a possibility that this power supply still works. I don't know, but because I just tested it with another EVGA, working an EVGA power supply, and it seems to work fine. But I'll have to do some more testing on this computer because I think there might be an underlying issue with this motherboard or this, or anything on this motherboard that could be wrong. And so I'm gonna do some further testing on this, and let's see what happens. And I'll update you if there's any more updates. But currently, I'll be benchmarking this computer and stress testing it to see how good it is. So just set up MSI Afterburner, and I've just installed Unity in Heaven. So, as you see on screen right now, this Unity in Heaven benchmark has a score of 2,940 points. Yes, this is about, I don't know, maybe 600 off points, double my 1050 Ti. That is lovely. A whole computer I paid $380 for beats out a GTX 1050 Ti I paid $395 for. The mistakes I made when I was in year 6. Anyways, so I'm going to keep stress testing this PC, and hopefully we can find some more deals. Okay, so that's about it. I'll give you an update if anything else happens. So, just to quickly recap what's happened. So pretty much I've benchmarked this computer, and yes, it works perfectly fine. At the beginning, I thought that the motherboard has an issue as it thinks that most power supplies are faulty. But I've been running benchmarks in Unity in Heaven for the past 24 hours straight, and the computer seems to be running fine. The RGB is fine. The GPU temps are certainly on the high side, but for a case like this, which pretty much has the worst airflow, as you see, just the front panel, which is hard, and outtake fans, which pretty much are completely blocked on top. Currently, yes, the i5 4590 PCs are on transit. They're coming to Auckland. Hopefully they come next week, and I plan to sell them on a week 2 of the holidays. But finding graphics cards is hard, but I did find the GTX 660 for $40, so that's a great deal compared to the guy in Grafton who's charging me $100. So I believe $40 is a great deal. This had a GTX 780. I still have a GTX 770 on the shelf. I really want to find maybe a GTX 960, GTX 1060 around there. Also, I did find a broken i7-4790K, 12 gigabytes of RAM, 1 TB hard drive, pretty much a whole built computer from around 2016 with a GTX 970. Apparently it's broken. The guy's asking $500. I will put an offer of $375 and to see if he'll accept that. If he does accept that and it works, that will be an even better deal than this computer that I bought. Although this computer turned on, it still had a lot of risk. So I think that's a really productive night, or next night. And I don't know if this lockdown is a good thing or a bad thing, but on Wednesday I was literally thinking that I was going to lose a lot of money on these cases I bought, but now I feel like I'm going to bounce back and hopefully have a successful PC flipping. I hope I don't lose any money. Well, yeah, that's about it. If I've got any more updates, I'll just tell you. So, new day and more parts to pick up. Currently we have there's a GTX 660 deal for $40, and the person showed me a picture of it working. We're also going to pick up a $20 1TB HDD, which will finish off the PC we built yesterday. So also on TradeMe, I've also put bids for 2 GTX 960s. Hopefully I win those for a good price, because I don't want to be overpaying for GTX 960s. And hopefully it keeps it in our budget for the other i5 4590 PCs which are still in shipping. I believe they'll come next week, and I'll update you when they come. But let's go pick some parts up. So, we just picked up a GTX 660, as I said before, $40. This should be a great potato PC, which I'll be building, and hopefully this thing, and he showed me it works. He showed me screenshots. I'll put those on the screen right now. This is a great budget card, and it's saving about $60 compared to the guy in Grafton who's charging me $100. So hopefully we'll do a benchmark on this. Is this graphics card good in 2021? So we just picked up 1 terabyte hard drive. This will be the finishing piece of the PC we just built before. It only cost me $20, so great deal for 1 TBs. I usually get them for about $30 in the North Shore, but $20, great deal. Let's head back to the studio. Currently, we just found a broken gaming PC. This is a GTX 970 i7 4790K. It's broken. Apparently, it just turns on and then turns off. So, hopefully, it'll be a video of can Joseph fix it. And I'm paying a really good price for it. And I don't know. If I can fix it, it'll be a great deal. If I can't fix it, yeah, I'm losing a lot of money. So this is a really big risk I'm taking, and especially when I haven't built most of my computers. Especially I still have 4 computers I still have to make gaming PCs out of, and the graphics card that I buy for those PCs, I could have to get loans from my parents, which is a bit weird. But I do have a computer. I do have collateral of my computer parts and everything I've bought, so that's collateral. So I'm technically, if this goes south, I can technically just sell my computer parts and pay my parents back. But I don't think I'll be borrowing much from my parents, or even any, if I sell this the PC I just bought, no, the PC I just built. We should be fine. Anyways, so just picked up this PC. This PC has, I believe, a GTX 970. Comes with a hard drive and an i7 4790K. So I'll go in more details when I get home. I believe that's a Hyper 212 Evo from Cooler Master. Has some average Cooler Master case I'm going to use for a budget system later. But hopefully this computer I can fix, and it'll probably be a video of can Joseph fix it, or will be part of this video, or part 3 of Joseph saying flips PCs. Anyways, see you in the studio. So before we head home, I have something to say. I've got no money now. I'm broke pretty much. I have just enough to buy more graphics cards for the I believe 3 PCs. So I definitely need to probably start borrowing money from my parents, or I hold these computers for Christmas, where that'll be season 3 of Joseph saying flips PCs. But I don't know. This season's definitely been interesting. I never knew I'd build so many computers. And you know how I was screwed with the i7 PC, and the guy with the i7 PC screwed me, right? He came back to me and said he's got 1 left. I don't think I can buy it anymore. To be honest, I'll probably be borrowing money from my parents, and they're probably give me a bad interest rate. So I don't know. The interest rate might be bad, so I might have to pay them back more. But that'll be a decision I'll make. But yep. And when we get home, we'll check out what's wrong with this PC, and then we'll try and fix it. And this will be very interesting. So, yep, today our haul is a GTX 660, 1 TB hard drive, paid $40 for this, $20 for that. Pretty good deal. This will make a great budget system. We also picked up the broken GTX 970 PC with an i7 4790K for $460. Not the best price, not the worst price, but hopefully I can fix it because then this will make an awesome, awesome PC. First issue I spot. Guys, look at this. Question: do you think a 450 watt small form factor PSU can power this PC? It probably can, but I think not. Second thing, I don't know if you see here, but I guess his modular power supply cables are too short, I guess. So he's using an extender, which is, and it's not providing enough power because I believe this is a 20 pin to 24 pin. So that could be another issue. Yep, this, what else is wrong? Hard drives seem fine, these seem fine, this DVD drive. That's about all the mistakes I see, but let's see if this thing even turns on and what it does. So pretty much first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the graphics card after I take off all these cables and take off this poorly done, well, Joseph Zhang quality cable management. And also a small form factor, they don't have power switches, so I can't take this, I don't know if this thing has been turned off, turned on, but anyways, doesn't really matter. This feels like a really small motherboard for its case size, but heck, doesn't really matter what size motherboard you guys get, frankly. Oh, cutting off all these cable ties. One thing you guys should do is definitely cut your cable ties shorter. Although you don't want to cut it too short because you might want to still tighten them. But in this case, no, these are way too long. And this was the adapter I was talking about. See here? 24 pin, 20 pin. Or was this 20 pin and 24 pin? Yeah, I think this is, yeah. So this adapter, I wouldn't recommend using it. So I would say this PSU, I guess, is probably our main cause of issue, or main cause of fault. We might, if we're gonna use this SFX small form factor power supply, we might have to buy a new power supply, which I don't see any issue with. But hopefully all this works. So first thing to test out, as I said, graphics card, just take the if you can see, the cables are running over the parts. They should go under the parts, under the case, and around and in. But I guess no, they're not actually. They're long enough. But so pretty much this was getting the graphics card to be stuck in there, so I was keeping it hostage. Anyways, first thing I'm gonna do is just definitely gonna be test this hard drive. Not this hard drive, this graphics card with the PC I built yesterday, and hopefully this graphics card works because this is probably the most valuable part in this PC. So pretty much moment of truth, let's get this thing plugged in. Okay, probably get a video input. There you go. The power button. Sorry, you guys do not get to see if I lose $460. Well, that will come in Joseph Zhang Flips PC's part 3, but now it is Q&A time. I put a post out on Instagram asking you guys to ask me questions on pretty much PC flipping or anything. And yes, you guys started to ask me questions. So, okay, I haven't actually checked this. So pretty much the rules of this Q&A is I'm going to answer as truthfully as possible. What the fuck? Brian, motherfucking piece of shit. This is probably the most dodgiest question. Are you single or taken? What the fuck is that question? Of course I'm single. Come on, I'm a guy who builds computers and who's pretty ugly. What do you expect? Okay. Next question. From Jessica. How do you like your eggs cooked? even more random. Poached or scrambled is fine. I don't really mind. And now to the person who sold me the first computer I ever flipped, Chris Tong, one of my good friends. How much cash have you made? Probably a good couple $1,000s. Majority of it PC flipping, but I also did computers before, computer parts before PC flipping. I kind of regret the computer parts part because if I did PC flipping, I would have made way more money. Okay, my good friend Jack Yuen, who's the person I go biking with, biking vlogs will come. How long have you been doing PC flipping? Ooh, PC flipping, probably for a good, if I'll be exactly, probably 10 months from the beginning of this year. And it has been a wild success if you've watched the videos and if you watch the videos coming out soon in part 3, maybe part 4, part 5, you might see if I'm a runaway success or a failure, and you might see how I lose tons of money. Anyways, but if you've been following me on my personal Instagram, if you've been following me on the Joseph Does a Thing Instagram, you probably already know the outcome of the Joseph Zhang Flips PCs. Okay, let's move on to the YouTube comments. So the first comment is only, I think there's only one comment, is from my sister Rebecca, and she asked me why do computer flipping? Well, I guess it was just cashing in on my skills, and I recommend you guys should try that too. Try to cash in on your skills. And for me, I'm pretty lucky because the computer market is a very strong market, and heck, there's a big demand for PCs and gaming PCs. So pretty much, yeah, I'm just cashing in on my talent and on my skill. And it really gives you good life experience too, because you get to deal with large sums of money. So yes, it gives you that feeling and an anxiety that you might experience in the future of investment, of losing your money, and trying to be as wise as you can with your money and not wasting it, and trying to save that money for retirement or reinvesting it. It gives you that life experience, and it gives me a taste of what life has to come in my future and when I become an adult. So yes, I believe in summary, it is a very good life experience. But anyways, today's part list will be on screen right now. I believe we got some really good parts for some really good prices. So thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video, which I think it is a review on Cool Moon RGB. But I'm not sure on that. But thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.
But you see that as rust in there, right there, rust.
See that rust there? I'll definitely get some sandpaper. We'll get a cloth and start wiping that off.